Hey guys, it's Bub here, and in this video we're taking a look at the OpenCore Legacy Patcher, and we'll be attempting, at least, to use that to install macOS Monterey on this 2011 MacBook Pro, which currently has a Core i5 and 8GB of RAM. So definitely enough to be used in the modern world. The only issue with this is it actually does have a hard drive. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's taking quite a while to load. But it's going to be an interesting experiment to see, can we actually get Monterey on this computer. I wanted to do macOS 10.13, or actually not 10.13, macOS 13 Ventura. However, that's not supported by the OpenCore Patcher for the 2011 MacBook Pro yet. So just to note a few things, this video will switch between a screen recorder and a camera. I apologize for that. The screen recording is going to be scaled a little bit, so it might lose some quality. Again, I apologize for that. I'm trying my best here to try and get this to work as well as I can. Because, as if you don't know, the 2011 MacBook Pro does not have an HDMI port, so I can't use a capture card. So I have to, use QuickTime Player to capture, which isn't my favorite thing. I hated screen recording on a Mac, but that's a conversation for another video. So taking a look at the OpenCore Legacy Patcher here, but we're just going to follow the steps. So step one is to download and build the macOS installer, which we have not done. So with OpenCore Legacy Patcher, so we can actually download this through the Legacy Patcher. So we are going to download, let's see, this, I believe. Maybe, I'm not sure. So we're going to download that, and then we're going to make the macOS Monterey USB stick, which I actually have somewhere here. I believe it's a 64 gig USB. So I'm actually going to plug that into the computer right now. Oh boy, I hear the fans ramping up on this thing already. That's one thing I absolutely do not miss about MacBooks. So we have the USB installed right now, or in the computer rather, and we can see that it's the macOS El Capitan installer. Because I had to wipe this computer because I had corrupted it for something, another experiment. So we're just going to rename this macOS Extended Journal. We're just going to erase this USB. Not sure if this is really necessary, but I think it's something that we should do, at least just to wipe it, start over, start with a fresh USB so we can try and get Monterey on this disk. Okay, so that USB is good. So now we can open the OpenCore Patcher app. Hopefully it still supports El Capitan. And like I said, you can see just how long it takes to open stuff. It's a hard drive. Natural. Here we are, macOS OpenCore Legacy Patcher. So we are going to, let's see, click on the Create macOS Installer, download existing, I believe. Yes, downloading. macOS 13.1. 13.0.1, that is Ventura, I believe, and we can't use that. So we're going to click on macOS 12, and this is what we're going to download and use. So just in case you're thinking about doing this yourself, one thing to check is the actual supported models. So anything 2006, 2000, whatever, no, doesn't work. So we fall right here. Oh wait, we're in the wrong one. Sorry, we need to go to MacBook Pro. So we fall here, early 2011. I lied. We are late 2011. It said 8.1, right? I don't even know. We're here. We fall here, which is yes, Monterey, and older. Ventura support is in development, but we're doing this right now. Maybe I'll make a new video once Ventura comes out, but right now we're working on Monterey, which is perfectly fine. Anything to get us off of this old, crappy El Capitan. Fun fact, I actually started, my first Mac ran El Capitan. It was a 2015 MacBook Pro. So if you have a 2012 or newer MacBook Pro, you will support macOS Ventura. And I actually do have a 2015 mid MacBook Pro. So we might have to try that one day. But for now, we're simply trying with this. So going back here, okay, so this is going to take a while to download. I believe it's because Monterey is a huge download. Any macOS is a huge download. So I'm going to let this install. I'm going to report back to you once this is fully downloaded and ready to go. Okay, so now the macOS Monterey app has been installed into our system. We can see it right there. And I believe if we open it, obviously it shouldn't work. It's going to tell us, hey, your Mac is too old, sucks to suck. But I was just curious to see what it would do. But again, that hard drive, it's just taking forever. Oh. I'm surprised that honestly opened. It shouldn't let us install. I mean, it really shouldn't. But anyways, create macOS installer. Use existing, searching for installers. Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Install macOS Monterey. That is what we just downloaded, so we're going to click on that. And then we are going to click on Cruiser Glide, because that is the 64 gig USB. And that's it. And I'm sure you can hear the fan ramping up on this machine. But here we are. We're making the USB. Okay, so now that macOS has been successfully put onto my USB, this just came up. Would you like to create the macOS installer? And I believe that's the next step, but I need to, make sure. Okay, let's go back to the guide, which, by the way, any OpenCore guide is amazing. It's really a great software. But anyways, OpenCore, build and install OpenCore. Okay, it looks like all we have to do is install OpenCore to disk, which it is doing right now. The next thing should be just booting the installer, right? And then we just have some post-install to do. Install to disk. I don't know what it's doing right now. Okay, so we have to do it on the USB, on the EFI partition. Okay, so I think once it makes the USB, we're just going to go through, that should be it, right? I think. That means I got to start setting up my camera for the next part, but, granted, here we are, OpenCore. Okay, we're going to ignore that right now because I actually have to get the recordings off of this computer, but we're going to restart, and then we're going to boot into macOS Monterey installer. Alright, and now that we are all ready to go, we're switched over from that built-in screen recorder. We can just go make sure, alright, macOS Monterey is on the USB. So we're going to go ahead and shut down this MacBook, hopefully for the last time on El Capitan. So now we're going to boot into that USB, well, hopefully, that macOS prepared for us, the Monterey. And there it is. So I believe it said to boot into EFI boot, I think. So we're going to try that first. And look at that. Install macOS Monterey. Let's see what happens. And here we are. I apologize for the reflection in the background, if there is a reflection. This Mac has a very glossy screen. Actually, all Macs have glossy screens. And the installer is a darker theme. But, hopefully, look at that. Install macOS Monterey. Let's go through. It is acting a little laggy right now, like this mouse is lagging just a little bit. But that's okay, I think, because there's no graphics drivers, and I think the post-install is supposed to help with that. It also is being very slow right now. Alright, we're on the way. macOS Monterey is being installed right now, so hopefully, soon enough, this will be ready to go. And alright, here we are inside of macOS Monterey. I was actually expecting a clean install, but it appears to have just upgraded the El Capitan install because that is my username I had on El Capitan. So we're going to log in here. It did actually take a while. I don't remember when I filmed my last bit, but it did take a while of just going through. Again, probably because of the hard drive in this machine, because it doesn't have an SSD. Alright, and now we are in the post-Monterey install setup. Like, you would get this on any Mac after you did an upgrade. But we're just going to go through, no, don't enable Siri, continue, blah, 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 blah. Let's go auto, which means it will set itself to dark mode. Yep, because it's 9 o'clock at night. The fans have ramped down. It is lagging quite a bit. And here is macOS Monterey. Actually, it's not that bad. So let's switch over to a screen recording, and then we will be able to finish up the install, and we'll be good to go. Alright, and here we are inside of the screen recording. OpenCore already detected that I had the USB plugged in, so we're going to go ahead and click OK. And what this is going to do is this is going to essentially, when we booted, we needed that USB with that EFI boot partition on it. That contains the new bootloader in order to, boot Monterey on this unsupported hardware. This is going to install it to the actual hard drive in macOS on this actual MacBook. So we're going to go through. Once this loads, we should see, the Apple HDD. That's where we want to install this to. And we're going to select our EFI partition. And that's it. Once I go ahead and enter my password here, we should be on our way to be booting macOS on this laptop like we would natively with no USB, no nothing. It should update over the air automatically. Obviously not to macOS 13, but you should still get security updates nonetheless. We're going to actually ignore this reboot because I don't want to reboot right now just for the sake of time. But here we are, macOS 13 Monterey, not 13, macOS 12 Monterey, and it appears to be running somewhat decently. The only downside here is that hard drive, and it is showing up as a 2013, not 2013, early 2011. I thought it said late 2011 earlier, but it's still saying early now. So that being said, if you like this video, make sure to like it and subscribe if you're new around here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. That being said, I'll see you all in the next one.